Hey there guys, and welcome back. On this week's show, we're talking about shop gadgets and tools. Well, anyone that has watched my show for any length of time knows that I love my gadgets. And I thought about it, we haven't done a gadget show in a while. And I've got a couple other little smaller tools that are kind of gadgety things that I thought I'd throw in the mix. So that's what we're going to do today. We're looking at that stuff. So let's head over to the bench and see what I've got in store for you. Well, I had a viewer that sent me some pictures of his work, and in the background of the pictures, I saw one of these, this little mini pneumatic sander. And I asked him, hey, where'd you get that? And he sent me a link where to pick one up. Now, I'm going to say, for starters, this Sci-Fang, it's not your regular high-quality woodworking tool, you know, made in USA kind of thing. This thing here is made in China, but it is all metal. It does have a regulator built in, and I mean, it comes with 1, 2, and 3-inch hook and loop discs, as well as 1, 2, and 3-inch sanding pads, buffers for the 2-inch, buffers for the 3-inch, and the same for the 1-inch. Now, truth be told, I haven't used the buffer functions much. You can still see they're still in their original packaging. I have used the buffer on the 1-inch to do some detailing work on my truck, and I have to say it works absolutely amazing. So I have used the sanding option, and we'll just put in a 3-inch disc here and hook this up. But guys, I got this on Amazon for like 60 bucks Canadian, and it works so darn well. So we're just going to turn this up just a little bit. It's random orbital. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's just incredible for your little hand small sanding jobs. You can turn down the speed if you wish. You can turn it right down, or you can crank it right up. Whatever you want to do. Guys, this is an amazing little tool for an amazing little price. I wouldn't discount some of these cheaper tools, and for something like this that doesn't get used on a daily basis, just something for the model making and that sort of thing, for 60 bucks, I mean, I can't go wrong. Keep it oiled, keep it tuned up, and even though it's not your super high quality made in USA kind of a product, a lot of those made in USA quality products, their parts are still made in China. So you may have a tool for life as long as you keep up the maintenance on this one. Well, the next item is kind of a cool little gadget. My daughter's boyfriend actually got it for me. And have you ever had the issue where, you know, you're reaching in a tight area and you gotta sit a nut like this on your finger, and you reach into that tight area and you try to reach up from the top and get the bolt in, and it's just a nightmare. The nut falls off. It is just a nightmare. Well, guys, check out what he got me. And what this is it's a little finger cover here, and you put it on your finger, hence the magnetic finger, and it has right here in the tip of your finger a rare earth magnet. You got the target there, and essentially you place your nut on that magnetic finger. Look at that, I can shake the living crap out of that, and that nut does not move. And now you can get your finger in there, weasel it into the tight area, hold your nut in place, and get the bolt tightened. Guys, where was this 10 years ago when I was working on my truck and struggling dropping nuts down through the engine block? I probably still have about a dozen various size nuts through my engine block in my Jeep. But this thing is amazing, and I've used it several times now since getting it, and it really does a great job. So there you go. There is the second gadget on our list today, the magnetic finger. Well, this next thing is a little gadgety, but it was another Amazon find. And guys, it is a level. However, it is also an angle finder. Now, This thing was fairly inexpensive, where you turn it on, you can see we're at 0 degrees, and it has a blade attached to the back. As soon as you start moving the blade, it illuminates your screen and gives you the readout of what the angle is that you're running here. So if you want to go to 45, you can set it to 45, and from there you can lock it down with this knob. You can set your miter saw, you can draw your 45-degree angle. You can set the fence on your miter fence for your table saw, for those of you who don't have, say, an Incra, because they are quite expensive. Now, one thing I noted with this is that the lock isn't exactly great. It doesn't lock it down super tight, but that's easily fixable. But it does a great job of holding your angles. And it has a memory, it has a hold, different modes. You can zero it out at that point if you like. Or if you don't want any of that fancy schmancy jazz, you can just use it as a regular level for horizontal and vertical leveling. Just a great little gadget, guys. It comes with a carry bag. And you know what? For the price, I mean, not a bad little unit. Well, now that we've looked at a few of the tool items, I want to point out some of the gadgets that you may not think are gadgets for the shop because they're labeled or they're categorized for something different. And I have to say, this here is one of my favorite new finds for out here in the shop. And what this is sold as a bathroom organizer. But guys, where it excels for me is the fact that it sits in my tool well of my workbench and it holds my commonly used things. My squares, all of my squares that I use on a regular basis are in here. My tri-square, all of it is here. A toothbrush for cleaning out things like little areas of the corner. I use old toothbrushes to clean out joints to see where the sawdust or if there's any gaps or that sort of thing. A little X-Acto knife, a ruler, a lens pen to clean the lens of my camera when I'm filming so that you guys get a clear picture. You know, like all kinds of things that I use on a regular basis that you guys may not necessarily see here on the show. Guys, just because it says it's for the bathroom doesn't mean you can't use it for the shop. So there you go, a little bit of a bathroom organizer to organize the tools in your tool well. Well, from the bathroom to the kitchen, guys, cheap silicone measuring cups. We have 1 cup, I have a 2 cup here. I have much smaller ones with measurements on the side. They really don't cost much. You can get them at your local dollar store or, you know, Amazon, wherever you like. But what these are great for is if you do any kind of resin mixing, you can measure and mix right here in these silicone containers. They're very flexible so that if you need to pour in a specific area, you can squeeze them and get that more concentrated pour. But as well, the resin doesn't stick to them. So once it dries, it just pops right off. You can get in there and peel off any resin, wash them with any kind of wet resin. You can wash out of it using rubbing alcohol. For resin mixing, don't think of these as measuring cups. Think of them as measuring/mixing cups. Okay, this next one's going to seem weird to some of you, but you have no idea how many times I've reached for this in the shop. And it comes in its own little carrying case. And what this is a self-contained battery unit or power pack. We all have cell phones, guys. We all have electronic devices that we use and we bring them out to the shop, and we don't always have a charging cord. We don't always have the ability. But this one here is completely self-contained, and what I mean by that is that on this side here it has a USB output. This is a USB output. This is a USB-C input and output. But if you flip it over, check this out. It has all of your common cords built right in. So charging your Android or your Apple products is not an issue, and all of the cords hold nicely in place. The fact that it's in its own carry case keeps the sawdust and everything off it. And you can put it in a drawer in your shop, and it's instant power if you need it, guys. Wondering how much power is left on it? Just push the button. And this one here has 40% power left in this battery pack. I've charged my cell phone from almost dead to full power 3 times so far on one charge on this, and I've still got 40% left. So either way, guys, a great little device if you're interested. There's nothing wrong with keeping a battery pack out here to charge your electronics, but even for on the road, for camping, for that sort of thing, you get into an emergency situation, your cell phone is dead, you can't reach somebody, you really need that phone. Your vehicle has died, you have no power to plug it in, no power to charge it. Lifesaver, right here. But really good in the shop too. Guys, this next item is one of the coolest little finds that I have seen. I found it on Amazon. You can see how thin this is. And what this is it's an 8.5 by 11, or A4, as I think they like to call the piece of paper. But what it is a light table. It's billed as a child's drawing tablet or drawing pad. And essentially it is a light table so that you can trace things. You've seen me make the shop-made light tables here. I've made a couple of them on the show. Using LED sets, soldering them together. But this thing here is amazing. And I've got it plugged in. It's USB powered. So I've plugged it into this battery pack. Why not? I already had it on the bench. And it is adjustable. The light is dimmable. So we'll just touch this here and turn it on. Guys, look at that. That is amazing. And we can dim it or brighten it as we see fit. Here we can turn it down if we like. Whatever you need. This thing gives an amazing bright light. It makes tracing patterns a real snap. It's very thin, so it's not awkward to work on. If you're here at the edge trying to draw something or trace something, you don't have that tall edge getting in the way of your hand. But it does a great job. Full sheet of paper. And one of the main things I love about this, as much as I love my shop-made ones, don't get me wrong, I love those things, but there's always an issue with diffusion where you always can see the LEDs. Guys, look at this. There is no issues with diffusion at all. It's a nice solid white light all the way across. Like I said, I'm just using it here off the battery charger. So you can have this in your shop. It takes up no space whatsoever. And guys, I don't know. This thing is incredible. A little gadgety, of course it is. But does it do a great job in the shop? You're darn right it does. Well, guys, the next item that I just love as far as gadgets out here in the shop goes is this. And what this is it's a mini timer that also has a clock. It's 12:48. And basically, you've heard me say it before when attaching scroll saw patterns, for example, to spray adhesive on the pattern and let it tack up for how long? 3 minutes. Now, I do have timers on my watch and my phone, but in general, when I'm messing around with spray adhesive, I always get it on my fingers. I don't want to be touching my watch and my phone. But this thing here is very easy, like with a knuckle. It's already set. You just hit it, and it goes. You can set it here for the hour, the minute, and the seconds for whatever you want. Highly customizable, and it will hold your last timer. So if 3 minutes is what you commonly use, as I do for spray adhesive, 3 minutes is always there. On the back, rare earth magnets, so you can stick it to the side of your tool chest. If you don't want to do that, you want to hang it on the wall, there you go. You flip that up and you can hang it now on the wall. If you don't want that and you want it on your bench, it has an integrated stand so that you can stand it up off to the side of your bench and be able to see how much time is left. All in all, guys, for the price of this, comes with 2 batteries. It takes one large button cell, but comes with 2 batteries. you end up getting yourself the timer, and as well for me, you can just press the long hold on this button here and you end up with a clock. Either way, guys, it is a very cool little unit, very easy to set, and another fun little gadget to make things just a little easier out here in the shop. We've had things from the bathroom, we've had tools, we've had things from the kitchen, we've had things built for children as far as that light pad goes. Well, if you're going to go through all that, why not add stuff for the computer? And guys, what this is a rechargeable air blower. You ever see those canisters that are full of compressed air for blowing off your keyboard or your computer or whatever electronics? Well, this is exactly that. It has the sucking on this end and the blowing on this end. It is USB-C type cable, low voltage USB charging. It charges fairly quickly and lasts a really long time. If you're curious about the power, one quick press here with the switch off will show you how much power is here. We're at 100%, and it has several modes of airflow. So we'll just turn this on here. So how much flow does it have? Let's do a little test and we'll see. So the reason I have this unit in the shop is if I'm working on a piece and I have a joint that I'm not sure if the sawdust is filling it, or I have sawdust in the corner, I want to clean it out to see what's happening, or if I just want to blow the dust out of a tool. Sometimes you don't want to hook up your compressor or turn it on, get a nozzle on the end of it, etc., etc. So this little thing comes in handy. Now this is a little extreme. I got a big pile of sawdust out of the separator here. So I'm going to put this on power 1 and blow it off the bench and just see what happens. Guys, that was just power 1. It's a great little unit for blowing off your tools, getting things cleaned up in the shop, not just for your computer, not just for the office, not just for your electronics. It does a great job in the shop too, and it comes with multiple attachments that you can use as well. Well, the last item I want to share with you guys is quite possibly one of my favorites. I love this thing, and this is billed as a child's drawing tablet. I don't know how it works. I don't care how it works, but if you are somebody who works on projects by the seat of your pants and building things on the fly, and you find you're always scribbling down measurements on scraps of paper, this is for you. It comes with this little stylus. I don't like the way it hooks in here. It hooks a little too solidly for me, but it does come with a lanyard so you don't lose it. And you can draw on this, say 3.5 inches. You can draw whatever you want on this tablet, and it keeps it there. I don't know if it's showing very well, but when you're done, you've got this little erase button here on the side. You just click it, and everything goes away. Look at that. And then you're ready for your next measurements. 6 inches by 4, let's say. I don't know, I'm just drawing whatever now. It shows up bright. The camera may not be showing it, but it's on there bright. You can see it. Now it does do rainbow colors because it's for a child, right? So, I mean, it's not black and white, but it definitely shows up and you can very easily erase it and do your next measurements. If you want to keep the measurements that are on there, right here, little lock button. You click that lock button over and it's not going to erase. Comes with batteries, works great. On the back it has a couple magnets. This thing is super, super lightweight. So it holds it on your tool chest. You're going by, you need a part number for one of your tools. You scribble down your part number really quick and then, leave it there at your tool chest to order the next time you need it. You don't need that anymore. You just click and erase. Guys, this thing is amazing. I love it. I love it. It's just a simple little child's toy. And actually my granddaughter got one for Christmas. This is what first turned me on to this thing. And once I saw hers, I knew that it was a great option for the shop. So there you go, guys. Erasable tablet. This thing is phenomenal. And there you have it. 10 gadgets or tools for your shop that you may not or you may have known about. Guys, let me just start off this closing statement by saying I'm not promoting any of this stuff. That's why there's not going to be any links posted down below. If you're interested in one of the items, send me a message or drop a comment. I'll give you the link if you want it, if you want to check it out. But I'm not promoting these products. Whether you purchase them or not really doesn't make much of a difference to me. I don't get anything for you purchasing them. If you do and you're happy with them, then that's great. This show is not about the specific items so much as it is for you to think outside the box. Do you have a need for something and what will suit that need? I had a need for mixing containers for my resin projects. And I was tired of measuring in one container that was disposable and ending up having to mix in a different container. Both of it got thrown out. There was a lot of waste. So I thought about it, and silicone was the way to go, and I did it fairly inexpensively. The little write-on erase tablet thing that we just saw, that is, you know what, I'm always grabbing for a piece of paper. I have my little note scribbler that I made here on the show. I still use that. That's fantastic. And that for me has become something where I have to write a measurement that I need to take into the house. I will write down the notes that I have to, tear it off and take it in with me, whereas the little tablet has become something that I don't need to keep those measurements or transport them anywhere, so it's a little more environmentally friendly as far as I'm not using so much paper. The kitchen organizer, the bathroom organizer. Guys, again, I had a need. I was always putting tools in the tool well. They're always flopping all over the place. They're getting in my way. You're reaching into that tool well. It's a mess. So why not organize it? And an inexpensive bathroom organizer did the trick, and it did it very, very well. So the show isn't about the specific items per se. It's more or less about kind of looking outside of the norm. Some of these places will sell a designated tool well organizer, and it's about 5 times as expensive as any little cheap bathroom organizer that you can find at the, say, dollar store or at Amazon. So just keep it in mind, guys, that there's always more than one way to do it, and sometimes things that are designed or specified, although I always say the right tool for the right job, although sometimes they're specified or designated for something else, there's no reason that you cannot adapt them or use them for a different purpose, provided you're not doing it dangerously and it doesn't pose any threat to you and you're not causing any damage to the actual unit. All in all, think outside the box. Try something different to organize your shop, make things a little more fun, a little more convenient. And you know what? I just love the gadgets. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Like I said, I'm not promoting this stuff, but if you are interested in any of it, you can send me an email at kennye@acutabovewoodworkings.com. I'd be more than happy to send you the link and let you know where you can get these things if you're interested. It's up to you guys. Whatever you want to do here, this has just been a fun little show to bring some of these things to your attention. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. You click the bell, and then you're not going to miss the notifications of future episodes of the show. Guys, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed today's content. I hope you had a little bit of fun. I hope you found the things a little interesting, and maybe it sparked an idea of something that you can use in your shop. And more importantly, guys, I hope you're going to join me again next week. when I bring you yet another Alternative Tuesday.